Section 2.5. Venn diagrams can be used to organize information collected in surveys. When interpreting cardinalities in such diagrams, and the word and the word but means intersection, or the word or means union, and the word not means complement. So we're going to look at example 1. We've been talking about Venn diagrams in class, but now we're going to be using Venn diagrams not just for numbers, but we can also use it for surveys, collecting information in surveys and to organize it. So let's look at example 1. It says here, in a survey on musical tastes, respondents were asked, do you listen to classical music? Do you listen to jazz? The survey results are summarized in the figure below. Use the diagram to answer the following questions. So we have our Venn diagram, and remember, not means is complement. So first we're going to identify, and let's look at how to solve a survey problem. Number 1, it says we have here define sets and draw a Venn diagram. And that's what we're going to do. The Venn diagram is drawn. We're going to define the sets, which is defined in our diagram. Number 2, fill in the cardinality of each region, starting with the innermost region and working outward. And then number 3, use the completed diagram to answer the problem's questions. So we're going to set the cardinalities right now. Give it each set a name as well. So we're going to call set A classical music. And we're going to call set B jazz. And remember, any number that's on the outside of our elements in this Venn diagram mean not. Okay, not meaning complement. So this 30 that's outside this Venn diagram means these are the number of respondents who do not like classical music, nor do they like jazz music. Okay, so we're going to answer the following questions. Letter A, how many respondents listen to classical music? Okay, so let's look at our Venn diagram where it's representing classical music. We know the intersection, this is where our respondents like both classical music and jazz. That's 20 people being surveyed that out of the total number. Well, first of all, let's find, before we start answering the question, let's find how many total number of respondents were being surveyed. This will be our universal set. This is what we would call, and we're going to write the cardinality out, the universal set, and we're going to add the total number of people that were surveyed. We know that 55 like classical music, 20 respondents, they like classical music and jazz. We have 70 respondents that like jazz music only. And then we have 30 respondents that do not like classical music nor jazz. So add 55, 20, 70, and 30. We have 175. Our universal set, we'll call that set U. It's our musical taste. Or taste. So here we go. Letter A, how many respondents listen to classical music? We're going to fill in the cardinality of each of these. So we have the cardinality, we have set A equals to how many respondents like classical music. Well, we're going to add 55 and 20. We have 75 respondents. Set B, how many respondents listen to jazz? We call jazz set B. We're going to add 20 and 70. That gives us 90. Letter C, how many respondents listen to both classical music and jazz? So the word "and" means intersection. So we're going to set it up as our set A intersects B. Where do it intersects? How many respondents do we have? 20. Letter D, how many respondents listen to classical music or jazz? Or means union. We're going to write out our union. We have set A union B. And this means or, all. Okay? So we're going to add 55 to 20 to 70. And we have 145 respondents. Letter E, how many respondents listen to classical music but not jazz? How will we represent that? We will say A intersects B complement. Okay? Because remember, but means intersection. The word but means intersection. And the word not means complement. We have 55. Letter F, how many respondents listen to jazz but not classical music? How will we write that piece out here? We have, it says how many respondents listen to jazz. Jazz we call set B, but not classical music. Intersect A complement. So who only likes jazz? How many respondents? 70. Letter G, how many respondents listen to neither classical music nor jazz? We will say A complement, union B complement, and that will be the number of respondents that don't like either of those. So we have a total number of 30. And then letter H, how many people were surveyed? And it means how many people were surveyed in this universal set. And we have it already defined at the beginning where we set the universal set here. 55 plus 20 plus 70 plus 30. We have 175 respondents. Example 2. In the Gallup poll, 2,000 U.S. adults were selected at random and asked to agree or disagree with the following statement. Job opportunities for women are not equal to those for men. The results of the survey showed that 1,190 people agreed with the statement. 700 women agreed with the statement. Okay, so what we're going to do, there are two questions on page 18 that we're going to answer. And on page 18, the two questions are, it states, if half the people surveyed were women, Part A, how many men agreed with the statement? And Part B, how many men disagreed with the statement? And that word is men, not mean. I'll change that. Okay, so what we're going to do first, we're going to draw a Venn diagram, a small one, But we're going to also define the set. Let's look and see what is noted in this particular example too. Now, the source where I received this information is from the People's Almanac. So if you Google the People's Almanac and typed in this Gallup poll, this survey will show. So, what is the universal set here? That means what was the total number of adults being surveyed? That's our universal set. Which is 2,000. The number of adults surveyed. Then it says here in the question, it says example 2, half the people surveyed were women. So out of this universal set, we're going to give it a set W for women. Half of the 2,000 people surveyed were women, so half of 2,000 is 1,000. So half the adults surveyed were women. Then let's go back to what the results of the survey showed. It says 1,190 people agreed with the statement. So we're going to call this set A meaning they are agreeing. We have 1,190 people. So the number of people agreed with the statement. Finish this out here. And then 700 women agreed with the statement. So we can write this as W, which we're representing for women, intersect the number of adults that were agreeing, for A, for agreeing, 700 women. So let me just write this down. We're going to call set W, let that represent the number of women. Set A, the number of people who agreed. And we have the universal set, which we've already identified at the beginning, the number of adults surveyed. So on page 18, we're going to go and we're going to draw the Venn diagram.